When was the park founded? Why? How? I don't know if you need the how on there, but definitely the why and when the park was founded and all that good stuff.
You want me to do it? You're not good.
I'll do it. So,
Well,
actually, there are some things that like him. There are things that I believe, things that we've been saying over the years, and how true are they? I've never seen documentation, but I believe it.
Okay.
So to begin with, the story is that Betty actually attempted to give this ranch to the state of California on 3 occasions, and the state would not take it, which makes total sense to me. I mean, we had a major depression in this country, and then there was a war going on. The state, of course, did not want this. This isn't free land.
Right.
It costs a lot to maintain this place, and they knew it.
Mm-hmm.
The story is that on 3 occasions, Betty attempted to give this to the state of California, and they refused. Well, one of Will's closest friends was Leo Carrillo.
Okay.
We have a beach just about 20 miles north of here that's named after Leo Carrillo because of what he did for the state of California. Now, his family heritage, history here in California is astonishing. But nevertheless, for 18 years, Leo Carrillo was head of the California Beaches and Parks Commission. So he helped bring the Anza Borrega Desert into the park system. He helped create the Olvera Street complex and the Los Angeles Arboretum. He was close friends with the Hearst family.
Okay.
He was involved with making that a state park. But not only was he head of California Parks and Beaches, but he had been the campaign manager for then Governor Earl Warren.
Okay.
Leo had some very powerful friends in Sacramento, and Leo was responsible for making this a state park. Betty offered it. Leo got it done.
Wow. I did not know that. Because what we usually tell is just the simple part is it was Betty's thing. You know, Betty was basically, and you guys can help me out here. Was she broke to the point where she needed to sell this to California? What's the story there?
We don't know.
Okay.
I mean, we can. There have been a lot of people that have surmised what happened.
Right.
The family might know, but as far as you read any books on the family, on Will, no one's ever detailed exactly what happened. So I've heard that there was some type of agreement made that taxes were waived because she gave the property to the state.
Okay.
But you have to realize, if you don't know, that 2 weeks after Betty signed the grant deed donating this to the state, 2 weeks later, she died of breast cancer.
Okay.
Betty was dying. She couldn't continue to live here, and she had to have known it. There's no documentation. Nobody really went out and interviewed Betty. We don't know a great deal about what she felt and what she did. Well, actually, at any time.
Right. Yeah. Very true. Very true.
But I think what you can add to it is that, this used to be 300 plus acres and it is now 186 acres. So some of the property was sold. We have housing around here that was not here when Will lived here. So I think you have to, at least when I put the 1+1 and try to get more than 2, it's that she wasn't, she must have been diagnosed and known that she wasn't going to be able to, be living for too much longer.
Right.
And sold the property probably for the family inheritance. And then, decided let's do this as a park with the idea of keeping the house open for tours to keep the memory of Will Rogers alive for generations that have never heard of him, which is what we do today.
Right.
And I think that's kind of a cool thing because as it's told, Will was so popular that when he did pass away, it's like people go to Graceland to see where Elvis Presley lived. People come here to see where Will Rogers lived at the time in the 30s and 40s. And in fact, she supposedly gave tours and charged them a quarter and then give the proceeds to the Red Cross.
But so that's real. That so people would come to your site when Will passed,
Mhm.
kind of like Graceland. People were coming.
Yep.
Is there documented how many people, or is it?
I don't know the source. I know that we've got training manuals that have been around here for decades, and it's written in there that Betty. I'd have to research it.
Yeah.
There may be state documents that we have here that that may have said that she charged 25 cents and then donated the money to the Salvation Army and
Wow.
Red Cross, because those were Will's two favorite charities.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. I didn't know any of that. That just gives me the thought of when you see Graceland and you see people, it's a touristy thing, right? And the whole idea, I think, is to remember Elvis. In his peak time, you get to see how he lived. I think that there's a good comparison there. That's really cool.